Hi, I'm Sandy Genovese and welcome to this episode of the Ellison Education video series. You know, role-playing is easy to do with puppets, and today we're going to be talking about finger puppets. If you look down here on the table, you can see an assortment of finger puppets that are actually dies. And there's a range, you can see, of people and animals, and I thought I'll pull this one up and show you how fun it is once you put your fingers through the hole. What a cool way it is that this turns into a little puppet. Now this particular one happens to be an all-star die. The rest of these happen to be sure-cut dies. Either way, it works great. So I'm going to take the die, and I'll take brown paper that I would be cutting the puppet out of, and I'm going to be cutting it in the Big Shot Pro. Now, in order to cut the all-star die, I need to use the adapter, which comes with the machine, and it's got pictures that show you which things you need to put in depending on which dies you're cutting. In this case, it's telling me that I need to put this on the base, and then the die, and I could be cutting 5 or 6 sheets of paper at once, and then the cutting pad over the top. So once I have those layers together, I'm going to just go ahead and roll it through. And you can see here, I should have put in many more pieces of paper, but you can see I'll pop out all the elements. In fact, let me bring them over here so that I can show you, and I'll bring this guy up too. At this point, you can go back and you can use the perforations on the die to be able to go back and add in those details if you want to in the other colors. That would be a fun thing for the kids to do. And then once again, you just put your fingers through the holes in order to turn it into a puppet. Now, it's cool for this to work like this, but I got to thinking about all the other shapes, and did we need a finger puppet die for all these other animals and people? And I realized that you could take almost any shape and you can turn it into a finger puppet. Here are all an assortment of dies that I cut out, and I turned them into finger puppets. I'll show you with the cat, simply by taking a circle punch, and I'm going to go back and cut the finger holes out using just a basic circle punch, and you have almost the same thing. So if I took and I wanted let's say that I wanted the cat, a white cat, an orange cat, and a yellow cat, for instance. So now that I'm using a sure cut, all I need to do is have the tray, have the die, have 5 or 6 sheets of the paper, and then I'm going to go ahead, I'll get rid of all those loose pieces, put the cutting pad over the top, and just do the same thing. The process is always the same. It's just whether you need an adapter underneath there or not. And then I'll go ahead and show you, I'll bring this back toward me, so you can see once I poke out all of those other little shapes, I now can create cats in all these different colors. And then if I go back and I take, this happens to be a 3/4 inch hole punch. Based on, you know, the size of the fingers of your students, you can figure out just what size you want to do, but it is an easy task to be able to go back and create a finger puppet basically out of any shape. You know, as I said, we do have a number of finger puppet shapes, but any Ellison shape can be transformed into a finger puppet by simply cutting out finger holes with the circle punch. Who knew?